Welcome back to my Small Errands channel. Today I was thinking about talking about what size of snowblower that you need, or to think about before you buy one. As you can see, this is the 8526 318cc. This thing will take on the biggest storms, and if you have a lot of snow at the end of your driveway, this will probably do it pretty well. So this is your overall, if you're worried about snow, this is something like you get. And then you have the errands, the Snow Tech over here. This is the one I called the dirty girl. I've just kind of washed her up a little bit, but I haven't done much with her. Now, this one is 208cc. And this one, I've seen videos of this thing taking on a lot of snow. So I'm thinking this is, I don't know, 7 horsepower. I don't know what the 208cc is, but I always consider the 318cc 8 horsepower because that's what the Tecumsehs were back in the day. But things have changed and the horsepower and stuff. So, and then the little Toro over there is 205cc. So it's basically the same engine, I'm guessing, as the Snow Tech in a smaller form. It's even smaller than the Snow Tech. They're all 2 stages. And they're all going to move snow. And then, it just depends on how much room you have in your garage and how much snow you get. And this little 205cc, a little smaller, bucket wise, but putting out, about the same power as the Snow Tech over here. And I've seen these push a lot of snow. You can go on and watch videos of these pushing snow pretty good. So, the happy medium of all these, Snow Tech isn't that big. It's a smaller than this one over here, the 8526. So if you got room in your garage and got room and you want a somewhat powerful machine, the Snow Tech's pretty good. And then if you have very little room and maybe you don't have a lot of snow, this Toro would be great. And it's got the same engine, so it's kind of hard to tell. Basically, same engine as Snow Tech. So, but what do you guys think? Out of all 3 of these, which one would you want? I mean, to me, they're all great machines, and but this 8526 is, I'd probably, here in Nebraska, I'd probably only use it 3 times a year tops. So back in the day, maybe 30 years ago, I'd probably use it 5+ times a year, but lately our snow is, we get a couple big snows and that's about it. But my preference lately has been, these Snow Techs are pretty damn good machines. They really are. And if you buy them around here, a lot of times there's very little use on them, and you can get I think these things were probably the Snow Techs. Were they even $800 new? And you can pick them up now. They're over 10 years old, but you can pick them up now in the midst of summer. You can pick one up for $150 or less in my area. Kind of like this 8526. You know, like I have a video of it. I spent $100 on it, but it needed a lot of work. I would have been better off just getting a SnowTech. So, and then this little guy here, I think I paid $60 because the guy said, I believe he said it didn't run, and he was clearing out his garage and he just wanted to get rid of it. And I was the first guy that called him, and I just came over and picked it up. I wasn't even sure what I was getting into. I just saw it on, you know, the pics weren't that great, and I didn't really realize. I knew it was 22 inch, but you know, this thing is short and stocky. So they all got electric start. But I will say one thing, this little Toro moves so easy. It's just very simple. There's not a lot to go wrong with it. You know, even this hand lever here, you have to keep down for the augers to move. It doesn't lock into place, you know, like the other two Aarons. So when you let go of that, I mean, and you're running, you know, the gear to go forward, this has to be down when you want it down, and then when you don't want it down, you just release it. So, pretty simple machine. Little hand crank, rods for the all the connections. I mean, so your cables can't break. I just feel like this will last a while. And then let's see, I got an 824. Now that one needed a new scraper blade, and those are getting kind of expensive because, you know, you got to order the right one for your machine. And you know, with shipping now, I mean, you could be well over $30–40 for a scraper blade if you got to order it. I tried to order one the other day and I was like, oh my God, it was insane. And I actually found one on Amazon. It was a SnowTech that I thought would work. It was a black blade, and they listed the 824 on there as it would work. I ordered it and it never showed up. They ended up giving me a credit for it. It never showed up. So, but it was the cheapest one I found on Amazon, and I couldn't even get it. So, so I'm still looking for the blade for the 824. But I'll get one. I got time. And then this dirty girl, I ordered a new clutch cable, and I actually ended up repairing this one. The eyelet was broke, so I actually crimped on a new eyelet, and then I JB welded the eyelet after I crimped it. So I think I don't think it's going anywhere. But like I said, I did order a new one, and I've been running it around, testing it, and it just seems fine. So this one here, I still got to shine up and go over. I haven't really done anything at all. You know, I haven't greased the axles or anything, opened up the gearbox, nothing. If I remember right, I don't think I have done anything on this one. So, but it was a nice day out, and I thought I would kind of talk about these three machines. So if you're looking to buy a snowblower for next year, you know, you got kind of an idea of the size of each one of these. the power. So if you find one that's, you know, really that's, a lot of these snow techs you'll find on there that you'll be amazed they're like 2011, 2014, and they look in great shape. I wouldn't have any issues buying one. I mean, I buy them all the time, and I literally, the engines are always good. I haven't had an engine that was, you know, that was blown up or I thought was, sometimes I think, is this engine you know, done? And I just these little LCT engines, they just seem like they run forever. You know, kind of like, you know, I'm a big fan of the Tecumseh engines too. I just I don't know, out of all I've seen, they always run. And I don't even mind these Briggs right here. I buy these all the time, and usually the engine's always fine, and it's just, you know, maintenance on a lot of these. People just don't do the maintenance on them. So, but anyway, kind of a long rant today on snowblowers. Normally I keep them to about, I usually keep them to about 3 minutes. And this one is, it's going to be over 12 minutes long. It'll be my longest video ever. So, anyway, thanks for watching.